My God, we got a tripod here. Improvements, we're making improvements. All right, today, you should do it because you're bad at it. What does that mean? If you sit around waiting to be good enough at something, then it's going to be a new skill when you figure out how to put the things into effect. If you spend years and years working on music theory and never touch an instrument, then of course you're going to have to spend time learning how to apply what you've learned to a practical use. And I'd even argue that it's a second skill to learn how to then perform on a stage once you've learned how to play that instrument. I think that there's a lot of media going around that is talking about how you should be afraid of things less and less, and I think that it's helping. Nevertheless, I'm going to reiterate some of the points that I've seen. Can't think of anyone I can give direct credit to, and if I do, I'll mention someone. First of all, if you're still afraid of what people will think, that's so valid. It's hard, it's vulnerable to make something and put yourself out there. And I'm not just talking about something artistic, but you're also depriving yourself that chance to fail. People talk about this all the time, but it's really hard to fully understand it. Where putting yourself out there and failing is one of the best things you can do because it will never kill you. Something that will also help is a full understanding that even without trying, you'll be the same person. And being the same person, if you can believe to yourself that you are enough, then the fall won't be so bad because you'll have yourself to fall back on. And when you are enough to fall back on, pretty good plan. That's something that you hear a lot though. What does I am enough mean? Someone says it and you kind of want to punch a hole in the wall because it sounds stupid almost. You are enough, you are loved. These are affirmations and it's important for you to believe them. But when someone who doesn't know you tells you that, kind of want to throw some hands. To me, saying I'm enough is this belief that I don't need anyone to fulfill my life except myself. It's an understanding that I have trust in my abilities as well as self-fulfillment, that one day I will be the person to provide everything for myself. And if I'm not, fine. But if I am, I'm ready for that. But anyway, back to the main point. If you want to put something out there and you're unsure about it, that's why you should do it. I just put out, yesterday, I put out this song that, I'll be honest, the more that I play it, the more that I'm like, wow, I really could have fixed a whole lot here, but I really just got this done. Not the song itself, but recording it and all that. I got it done in one sitting and then I posted it. And then I listened back to it and I'm like, oh, I'm not a huge fan of a lot of these different things. And no one's even said anything to me yet. No one said, you need to work on this, that, whatever. No one said any of that to me. It's my own understanding of this isn't perfect. But that's fine. I put it out. Today, I'll be honest, it was a day where I didn't really do much. Not because I had so much to do, but it all felt fruitless. I think I literally sat on my bed for most of the day, just thinking about how I haven't gotten a job yet, stuff like that. And I'm working on it. And I'm someone who feels pressures from other people, and it's very easy for me to be overwhelmed by those pressures. But at the same time, I can't end up beating myself up for it. I don't even know what to title this anymore. I've mentioned so many different things. So I'm just kind of going to go back to the main idea. And then I'll post this because I want to make sure that I post something today. So honestly, this is for myself today. The reason why it was important to me that I posted something that I wasn't 100% satisfied with is because I've spent so many days where I look at the things that I make and they never see the light of day. And I save it for a rain check. I say, you know what? That seems like a really good idea. I'm going to save it for a day where I feel like making it. And no, I feel like making it in that moment, but I'm like, yeah, maybe I don't have the skills that I want to have in order to make that. Forget that. I can't afford that. My ideas are good in the moment. They're not going to be better later on. They're good in the moment where I am feeling the spirit of them the most. And I deprive myself of my own creativity and my own spark when I delay that process, procrastinate it without intending to, but really just trying to leave it for a day where I can be more sure of myself. But, I'm 20 years old. That day has yet to come. So I got to say, you know what? Forget it. I ran out of storage in the middle of that sentence. Thank you, iPhone. Thank you. I can't wait to get some sort of dumb little dinky camera so that I can use that instead and not worry about storage. But what I was saying, I can't afford to be afraid to make something bad. It's important for me to make something bad because then I'll learn so much more from that. I'll learn so much more. And then you know what? You know what's so great? I can always I can always go back and I can try something again. Something that I tried making 5 years ago, I can be like, I think I can do that better a second time, and also say something more profound with it. And then I'll do it again. And no one can stop me. You know why? Because these are not projects that need to be blockbuster level $100 million Hollywood films, or songs that are produced with 40 other producers with 18 instruments. If they need that, then I'll make a little draft version, and then I'll gather enough funding, and then it'll happen one day, because I can manifest that, because I have I will have total belief that I can get that done. But in the meantime, I need to prove to myself that I can do something. It can't just all live, I'm putting it in my head, but you can't see that. It's something that you have to refuse to live here. It's important to put something that's bad out. And if you're worried about what people say, I get that. I get that so much, because I worry every day. Even all these little videos I'm making, I think about how my family would respond if they see them. I'm thinking about how friends I know would respond when they see them. I send some of these videos to my friends, and just hope that they don't think that I'm some pretentious guy trying to like sell my own philosophy and start my own religion. It's not what I'm trying to do. It's maybe a little bit. Phone storage just cut me off again in the middle of what I was saying. But yeah, in terms of being afraid of what other people will think, what's going to happen if someone tells me it's bad? I'm not going to think that I'm worthless, because I've already built this belief that I'm enough and I know what I'm trying to do. And I also, this is another video, but I have a hard time believing a project is good or bad. I don't like calling my own things good. I like affecting someone. I like doing something that's an expression of myself. If it's an outlet, it doesn't need to impress anyone if I feel better after it. First of all, I want to reiterate, the reason why the head is off is because these are all things that I'm trying to do. And I also want to show that anyone can do this, that I'm some random guy who's just doing this and that. I don't need a face behind it. I don't want to end up doing something really profound and beg for notoriety afterwards. That's not the point of this. The point of this channel is to one day ultimately become a brand, and to promote some things that I believe in. iPhone hitting me with the storage notification again, so I'm going to try and wrap this up, be really quick. But basically, who I am isn't important. It's the art that matters more than me. It's the art, and then me, and then the audience. That's what matters. It's me trying to create something. So also, back to the main point, create something, because then you'll be creating the momentum to continue creating things. You'll get into the habit of creating things, and then procrastination won't even be an idea in your head, because you'll be like, oh, what do I do today? Eat, drink, create, sleep. And that's it. That can be your entire day. And what a great reality that would be, especially for me. I'm trying to get myself to that point. And that's why I sit down and make these videos, not because anyone's seeing them. I think the most views I've gotten on one is 30, but I also think about, that's the size of a classroom. That's the size of a full classroom of people watching my video, watching me. And so that's amazing. That's great. 30 views is great. I watch videos every day of people with millions of views, but it's fine. It's not content that the kind of content I would want to create anyway. The point is, I'm doing things that I want to do right now. This is something I want to do, and I'm getting myself to sit down, and then I'm going to edit it after, and I'm trying to talk not as fast as I can, but without breaks, so that I have less to edit, and I'm trying to be articulate, and I'm trying to get my thoughts out, and I'm also trying to beat the clock so that my phone stops telling me that I've no storage left, because it's a scam. I believe it's a scam. And that's it. That's the video for today. Okay, bye.